All right, final little update before we get to our interview with Jesse Simonton. Just wanted to do this real quickly. I'm going to wait for Cousin Shane to get into a more in-depth breakdown here about the Tennessee-Alabama game. But Josh Heupel did meet with the media here on Monday, gave us an update on Hendon Hooker's status and Tyon Evans, and, of course, had to talk about them officials.
Coach, I know you don't do injury updates, but can you give any kind of status on Hendon Hooker at this point?
Yeah, Hendon and Tyon and Kate are probably day to day at this point. We'll see as the week unfolds where we end up with Hendon.
So, are you optimistic that it's not long-term serious? Because there's a lot of speculation out there that his injury is a long-term injury.
I don't think it's a long-term injury. His status for this week, we'll find out as we go, though.
Josh, when there are things that maybe you don't agree with from an officiating standpoint or controversial plays, how do you handle that? Do you submit them to the SEC for at least, just to let your voice be heard, or how do you handle those things?
Does that ever happen?
I know things don't get overturned, but I guess some people procedurally still do.
You turn those things in on Sunday. Yeah. You want to follow up? Go ahead.
No, just from what was your view of the play where Matt Corral just kind of stopped and you had to scoop and score when you guys went back in?
Yeah, it looks like a delay pop pass type play to over the middle. I think you guys all understand what my stance is on what actually transpired during the play. Two officials are chasing the ball into the end zone and then confer on the back end of it. One of those situations where it's not reviewable based on what they told me.
All right, so hey, if nothing else, that's some promising news there from Josh Heupel. Looks like Hendon Hooker and Tyon Evans maybe a lot closer to the return to the field than many feared and hoped when Hendon Hooker had to be taken out of the Ole Miss game and did not return there in the closing moment. So obviously you got no chance to beat Alabama, I think, with Joe Milton under center. So maybe Hendon Hooker comes back not as hurt as originally feared, and that could be paramount to Tennessee's success here in the second half, obviously.